Hello, everyone, and welcome to the weekly live for relationship communications. Welcome to this week's weekly live. I'm thrilled that you're here with me. And for those of you that may be joining us for the first time, I'm Lisa DeToffol, and I'm the founder of Relationship Communications. It's my online community where I work with established and aspiring entrepreneurs. And today I'm going to be your host for the Relationship Communications Weekly Live, which is my weekly live stream that airs every Friday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So I hope you will put that on your calendar and make plans to join us every Friday at 1:30 p.m. And my goal here is to share tactical and practical information to help you get to where you want to go faster than you can get on your own. I've been an entrepreneur for 7 years. I've made many mistakes, and I'm here to tell you I can help you move through them more quickly by sharing what I have learned through my experiences. So again, let me know if you're coming in live. Say hello, let me know where you're coming in from. And we are streaming in various different places. So if you are joining me today on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button or ring that bell so that you can be notified every time that we go live. And today we're going to be talking about how to make the most of your cell phone. We all have a cell phone, right? So we're going to talk about that today. But before we jump into our topic, I would like to introduce myself for those of you that may not know me. When I was a preschool teacher back in 2017 and 25 years prior to that, I had dreamed from working from home. I had been through 2 messy divorces and been a single mom twice, and it just didn't seem possible at that time. I was the breadwinner for my household, and frankly, a little scared to take that chance or take that leap and go out and do anything on my own. And then things changed for me in 2012, and then that's when I could see the possibility of my dreams coming true. However, it was not an easy task. But with my family's support, I started a training program and learned how to be a virtual assistant and started my business in 2018. They also showed me how to start my business, all the things, that you need to get set up first, all that kind of stuff. And by the end of that program, I had a couple of clients and have continued to grow my business, and now the Tiger Eye Solution team that was established in 2021 every single year. So my life looks a whole lot different than it did back then. My children, my grandchildren, they all keep me on my toes and keep me busy for sure. So let's dive into how to get the most out of your cell phone. When you're a business owner, it can be easy to feel like you're being held hostage by your phone. Clients are texting and emailing, all kinds of information is buzzing in, grabbing your attention all day long. But I love my cell phone, and I'm going to talk about how to manage your cell phone and your relationship with it so you can love it too. So you want to make sure that you get the apps that you need, downloaded onto your phone. So for me, that would be WhatsApp. That's something I use to communicate with people. Also, LastPass. That is a place, app that keeps passwords. And so that way, if a client, needs a password and I'm not in my office or at my desk, I can, grab it quickly and just give it to them. And my email is on there as well, and so is my calendar. So, and it syncs together. So in a way, my phone, my cell phone is kind of like a mini copy of my computer, right? Because I do have a lot of the same apps on my phone that I have on my computer that I use to run my business, which makes it very convenient for me, right? And it can be that way for you as well. So you want to make sure to set up your voicemail as well. A lot of people don't do this, and I believe that it's important. I have a greeting, a very nice greeting on my cell phone that, you'll hear if you try to call me and I'm not available to answer the phone at that very moment. And you can, put something on there that sounds like you, You could say, "Hi, this is Lisa DeToffol. You reached my cell phone voicemail. Please leave me a message at the tone and I'll call you back as soon as possible." Something really, really simple. That way, lots of times, people don't do that, and I have their number. I call their cell phone, get their voicemail, and then you get the recorded voicemail. You have reached the number, blah, blah, blah. When that happens, I always have to scramble and look for the number that I dialed, make sure it was the right number, because I'm not really sure if it's the right number. So make a friendly message, make sure it's not stiff, but that it sounds like you, right? And it's inviting, to the person that is calling you. Make them feel comfortable enough to go ahead and leave you a message, letting you know what they're calling you about. That way you'll know when you're calling them back what the conversation is going to be about, right? So don't let your mailbox get full. The worst thing is to call someone, think you're going to talk to them, get their voicemail, listen to the whole voicemail, and then have it say, "I'm sorry, the voicemail box is full." Very annoying. So please don't do that. I cannot stand that when that happens. And that does happen to me sometimes when I'm trying to call someone. So when someone calls you, try to return their call the same day if possible. If not, the next business day. Within a good rule of thumb is to return a phone call within 24 to 48 hours of when the phone call came in. Okay. So I know that phone calls are sort of an old-fashioned or old school thing these days. We're really surrounded or have the community of lots of different types of technology. So make sure you return their phone calls if that's the way they choose to contact you. Okay. And when you're calling your clients or, potential clients, whomever it is, you, especially the clients that you have regular meetings scheduled with, make sure you're on time. Called you, 1:00 today. You definitely want to call them back before whatever your time is to leave the office, whatever your office hours are. Right? Or if you can't, or if you're out of your office today, you get the message, but you're not working at that time, make sure you call them back the very next business day when you are working. Okay. So calling them exactly on the dot, it goes a long way. It shows your professionalism, shows that you value their time and your time as well, right? If they called you at 1:00, you were in a meeting, so you couldn't answer, but you called them back at 3 when you are available. That shows a lot of value on your part, right? So the reason that I'm not feeling hostage by my cell phone is because I'm in control of it. So if I go, onto the couch with my phone or something in the evening, I decide that I'm going to look at my work or email stuff, I can decide. If I want to look at it, I can decide if I want to answer an email or answer a text message, or I can just turn it off. If I don't want to be bothered with it at that given time, maybe I'm engaging in some kind of family activity or whatever at that time, and that's not something I have decided that that's not something I'm willing to deal with at that time. I'm engaged in something else. So I can just turn it off. And you can do this at your convenience, right? Not the convenience of everybody else. You do this when you need to do this, right? Like 6:00 tonight, I may be having dinner with my family, and a client's trying to call me about a specific XYZ, about a project we're doing for them, I can't answer their call or return their call at that given time if I'm, having dinner with my family, right? So I will wait till I am available, and then I will give them a call back. So, put nice boundaries around your cell phone, okay? It's important to set your office hours, but it's also important to have designated time of when you return phone calls. I get it. We're all busy during the day, so we're not always going to be available to answer a phone call. That happens for me all the time. Yes, I have a set office hours, but most of the time when I'm in my office, I'm busy doing things. So I'm not going to be able to just pick up the phone when somebody calls. Now, if I have a scheduled call with someone and we have decided, at 2:00 on a Friday afternoon, we're going to talk, then yes, I will have them call me or I will call them at 2:00 in the afternoon and we'll have a conversation. So again, practice your boundaries around that so that you can enjoy your cell phone and not feel like it's a ball and chain around you, right? So to speak. Again, and you get to decide those times of, yes, I'm available right now to take a phone call, and you answer the phone. Or no, I'm in a meeting, so I can't get that call right now. I'll have to call them back later. You get to make that decision, okay? So again, get the apps that you need on your phone, set up your voicemail, record a great greeting. So when people are calling you, they will hear it. Don't let your voicemail mailbox fill up. Return calls same day if possible, or the next business day, and call your clients exactly on time, whatever specific time you have designated to have a conversation with them. Call them on time, okay? All this is really important, and it'll make your time more efficient, make you more valuable to your clients, right? So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions around any of this, let's have a conversation. But I also would like to invite you, if you're not part of the Relationship Communications Facebook group, I'd like you to head over onto Facebook, put in the search bar Relationship Communications, and come join us in the group. We have almost 600 members. There's a lot of people in there to connect with. If you do join the group, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and exactly what it is you do, what type of business you have, so that we can support you. We may benefit from what you have to offer, or we may have others that we could refer to you. But we have to know who you are and what you do first before we can do that, right? So again, if you're not a part of the group, head on over to Facebook and join our community. Also, the community does a once a month networking mixer. And it's where we all come together and network together. And our very next mixer is January 28th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So I do hope that you will put this on your calendar and make plans to join us on the 28th at 6 p.m. so we can all network together. Then also, I would like to invite you, if you haven't signed up already, for the Networking Method Launchpad. It started the 14th, just a couple of days ago. It's not too late. You can still sign up and catch up. Part 2 is not until Monday the 19th. So you can catch that replay. It's in the private Facebook group. You do have to sign up for this event in order to be invited to the private Facebook group where it's taking place. So go ahead and sign up. It is a free event to attend, so it's not going to cost you anything. Like I said, you can go back and play catch up. You've got the whole weekend to play catch up with part 1 that we did on the 14th and do the homework. There was homework involved as well. Really simple homework. But go from nothing to networking. There's so much around networking. And this 3-day event is where I share with you how to start your networking and build the network you want on a regular basis, no matter if you're just starting from scratch or if you have tried networking before and you're just wanting to build your network, do more networking. These are tried and true methods that I teach, that I have been doing myself since 2018. So everyone is welcome to the 3-day event. So mark your calendar. Of course, part 1 has already taken place. But like I said, if you join and get invited to the private Facebook group, you can still go back and listen to the replay of part 1. And part 2 is going to be January 19th at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So again, this does take place in a private Facebook group. So you do have to sign up to be invited to that private Facebook group. This is a lot of fun. We have prizes as well that you don't want to miss. Part 1 was all about what is networking. And then part 2 is going to be a little magical because we learn how to get real about our networking. And then part 3 is we learn how to start from where we are. So, of course, like I said before, there's homework involved, there's bonuses, and so much more. And I'm going to be opening the doors to the Networking Method Academy. This is my 6-month signature course to how to make the most of your networking efforts. So I'd love to have you to think about that as well. If you have any questions about anything I shared today, please reach out. Let's have a conversation. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you again soon.